Well, hello YouTube. In this tutorial we're going to learn how to concatenate strings. Basically, when you are practicing, because this tutorial is intended to be used by beginners, you have two options while you're starting: hard-coded strings, or when you grab stuff from end user. So we're gonna grab stuff from end user. To concatenate strings, we're gonna include here string header, string.h, because in string header we have piles of functions that can be helpful when you are working with obviously strings. So let's grab stuff from end user. First we need some kind of Blanco variables like containers and something. First string up till 100 characters. When we are grabbing stuff from end user, we must type like maximum number of characters here. We're gonna explain that a little bit later, just a second. So second string also 100 characters, and then we will grab stuff from end user. But first information what needs to be done, like first string, a little bit of new line or not, it's up to you. And we're gonna use getS method, and we're gonna target that first string. And absolutely same stuff with another thing, like second string, adds on string, okay, and again getS function that is used to put stuff into this case second string. Very helpful functions. Okay, now we can print those strings, but that's not the point. We've just immediately concatenate it with the help of, and I'm gonna type that here, like strcat function. That's function we care about, and let's use it right here. strcat, and first parameter must be that original, like a base string, and gonna actually print that string a little bit later when stuff is concatenated, because at the end of the day this is the primary string here. So that is a first parameter, like a first string and second string. And guys, that's pretty much it. Now we can just say printf, and combination of strings or concatenation or full line, whatever you wanna call it, like in a custom report, combination, let's say. Okay, and we're gonna concatenate that with what? With first string. There is no need here to say first string comma second string. That's not the point, because now second string is added to the first string or original string. Okay, let me clean this mess a little bit, but maybe not that much. Where is my mouse? Just a second. And let's rebuild and run this. And first string. So first string will be blah blah, and the next one will be test. And the thing is, when you're doing end user input, you wanna have, it's not problem, it's I mean, let's just show that. So combination, oh sorry, right here I must say %s, because that's placeholder when we are working with strings. Okay, rebuild. So first string is blah and test. And now we have this problem where we don't see space here. So when you're grabbing end user input and working with this method, just provide space as input, like a test, and for second string space, one space or more spaces, and then again like blah, dude, bro, something like that, I don't know. So there you go, now you see spaces. Well, question is, okay, well, what about if you use multiple spaces, like that and multiple spaces? Will this be visible in a final string? Oops. Well, something like this. But I need to have spaces here. Okay, like that. Will that be visible? Okay. So there you go. All spaces are treated as equal. So that will be visible. Now maybe this is confusing, so let me repeat that. Like this one is big, and this one is a little bit spaces, and now you're gonna see that thing. And there you go. Well, can we do that with tab? Okay, so this is first one, and now tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there you go. That's also included. Well, question is here, how you can non-stop get end user input? Well, to do that, we are going to use while loop 1. So while 1 is true and 1 is always true until we break program, we can just pretty much, well, we can do this. Okay, I'm gonna push this thing to the right side because of, I don't know. Yeah, I think this will work. Okay, test and space and there you go. And again it is asking you. So it will be very nice if we, for example, put here some kind of printf, like a separator, separator, and that separator we can define as well constant. So define separator, and value will be, well, let's say something like this. Okay, because we're using define here, you don't need to put a semicolon here. So this is not sonst. We are not using sonst. No, just green define. And the thing will work now, I think. Okay, like test and a little bit of space. Test 2. There you go. So it works. It works as intended. Okay, and it's constantly asking you. So, well, what's gonna happen if you put these thingies inside a while loop? Will that work? Let me fix this code a little bit. Okay, save, and as they say in web development, refresh, and test, and blah blah blah. That will also work. But I don't know. I don't like this approach for some reason. So I'm gonna just put it right here. But that's just me. Okay? And this will work. Also you can put separator, like for example at the end of stuff. Let me see what will be end result. Okay, something like this, and some numbers. So there you go. And obviously I messed it up, so I don't need this one. I don't need this separator. And yeah, well, when we are talking about constants, what about some kind of header for our application? Well, actually we can say something like define header, like a custom concatenator. Well, that's like a very silly header, but it will work. What was the number I was using on the left side? Like, I'm gonna just copy paste because I'm extremely lazy, like you can't believe how much, which is good. Well, it depends when. So custom concatenator, and we are going to okay, well, let's say here we are going to print it, or every time when inside a while loop. Well, no, here. Okay, so what I was about, printf that header, and once when we run it, well, first time we're gonna see this, like a, I don't know, version 0.1 dude. Okay, test and blah 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 with a little bit of space, blah 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 blah, and there you go. So it works. Okay, but the basic stuff in this tutorial is that you now know how to work with strcat, which is extremely useful one, and over time we're gonna learn many other functions. Okay guys, thank you for watching, see you in the next one, probably tomorrow in the morning, and if you didn't subscribe, please do that, so you're gonna help me to boost this channel a little bit. Thank you one more time, see you in the next one. Ciao ciao.